Imagine living in a body that betrays you. Imagine your brain working but your body shutting down. ALS, or amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, is a progressive neurodegenerative disease that affects nerve cells in the brain and the spinal cord. For my job, I am a direct care professional at the ARC of Southeast Iowa, where I deal with clients with ALS or other diseases like it. Today I will be informing you about what ALS is, the treatment, and how to live with ALS. What is ALS? ALS was found in 1869 by a French neurologist, Jean-Martin Charcot, and it wasn't until 1939 when Lou Gehrig brought national and international attention to the disease. ALS is when motor neurons reach from the brain to the spinal cord and from the spinal cord to the muscles throughout the body. The motor neurons continue to break down and eventually die. When the motor neurons die, the body's ability to control muscle movement is lost. With voluntary muscle action progressively affected, people may lose the ability to speak, eat, move, and breathe. The motor nerves that are affected when you have ALS are the motor neurons that provide voluntary movement and muscle control. Treatments for ALS. Most of the time, people with ALS just take pills to slow the process, but there is no known cure for ALS at this time, although researchers have discovered a stem cell treatment. The fetal stem cells will travel throughout the body, detecting damaged cells and tissues to operate at a higher level of function, boosting the body's own repair mechanisms to aid in the healing process. These highly adaptive cells then remain in the body, continuing to locate and repair any damage they encounter. Lastly, I'm going to talk about living with ALS. I read an article from MDA ALS News Magazine titled 10 Tips for New ALS Patients. Two of the tips that stuck out to me were 1, do some things that you've always wanted to do, and 2, find ways to help others. These two things could really help a person with dealing with ALS, but there are many more things that could help as well. It is scary what things can happen to our bodies that are totally out of our control, but with the technology that is developing every day, who knows what will happen to find a cure. Living in a body that betrays you would be really hard, but there are a lot of different things that you can do to better a life while dealing with ALS. There is always more to be discovered about ALS, and you can better your understanding because they could happen to anybody. I thought of my new uncertainty. How long can I live with ALS? I thought, don't search for answers. Live the question. Enjoy life more because of the uncertainty, not less. A quote by Susan Spencer Wendell.